Guys, good morning and welcome to another best live discussion. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. We had an engagement here, and I've been thinking about you guys, and I said we're going to have another session this week. So yeah, raise up for an amazing time this morning. I have a very interesting topic to treat with us today. One that is really important and very essential. I've seen a lot of persons struggling with this, and I think it's necessary that we bring it to get us far from that limitations and better result. So hang on, and you'd have an amazing time today. All right, we'll be talking about productivity. So get a notepad and sit down to get the best moment here. All right, I promise that you'd enjoy every single moment with us. If it's your first time tuning into the best live discussion, you're highly welcome and we appreciate you being part of us. You just go on to subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook, you just follow and as well like this and as well share across your friends so that they can actually get this stuff. We have quality stuffs going on here, and you can actually just scroll through the profile or scroll through the channel. You'd see beautiful amazing sessions we've had in the past which are very beneficial to you, and leave your comments, your thoughts. That will help us also curate something better for you next time when you come in. The purpose and the goal of what we are doing here is to help people live their best life, and the topics we carefully pick out would actually give you certain strengths to be able to live your best life. So raise up for the best and the greatest experience you'd ever have. And I really want to get your comments while the live is going on, so be free to actually drop your comments when you come in. Just whatever your thought is about what has been discussed, maybe your story, what you've experienced in life, the things you've been able to do, the things you were able to escape from, the things you were able to face, the challenges and all of that, the strategies you're able to use, and just let's hear a story. All right, so drop this in the comments and would have that going on. And my name is Joshua Arukwe. If you don't know that on your first, yeah, you're new here. I anchor the best live discussion which we're having right now, and then I have several expressions which are very important. One is called skill migraine solutions. At skill migraine solutions, we help you through your skill building process and as well through the monetization of your skill. So if you have a skill or you want to have a skill that is profitable and very useful in the economy now, then you can reach out to us. There's a link attached to this video. You can see the link in the description. You just click the link and it will bring you to where you can actually come into skill migraine solutions. So we also have I also lead a community or a brand called Just Truth Music. Just Truth Music is aimed at helping musicians to be able to effectively create their music, specifically now on sight reading and as well music performances. So we're working on that. If you have interest in music and all of that, you could see that in my bio. Just get on to click the link and you'd come in to that. So let's get right into the discussion for today. All right, it's a very beautiful, amazing discussion we should actually treat, which is called productivity. Now, I believe you've heard the word productivity 1, 2, 3, 4 times, many times. I mean, over and over again, you've heard productivity, and sometimes you still get to ask yourself the question, what is productivity? Right. I would like to put it this way: productivity is your ability to be able to do something that can bring good results, that is beneficial and helpful to you and to other people. All right. Basically, productivity is bringing several different circumstances together or different resources or factors together into one thing that allows to solve a particular problem or a particular issue for someone, right? So being productive is actually arriving at results that are beneficial to people, right? So if you're living your life and it's not beneficial to people, or it's not helping people, or even helping you out, then you're not being productive. So if you get on with an engagement or an activity and you do so many things, and at the end of those things do not bring out good outcomes. I mean, the outcomes they bring out are not tangent enough, or they're not tangible enough to be able to solve a problem, to help people, or to make your life better. Then that thing that you're doing is not productive, right? So people can do certain things, several things. I was reading a book and they give an example of a dog. Uh, might have been exerting a lot of effort to dig the ground, but it is meaningless. All right, it is not solving any problem. Until it is attached to solving a problem, then that thing is very much productive. Now, everybody can be productive. I mean, you can be productive, I can be productive. And within the life ranks, as we've lived so far, somehow, some way, you've been productive. You belong to a particular organization, you belong to a particular family, you belong to a particular people, and all of that. So somehow, some way, you have been productive in a way to people. Because if you find relevance in any space or in any place, it means that you are productive. Funny enough, just your existence is productivity, right? Because somebody leverages on your existence to do a business. You eat. That's the business. You're giving money to somebody because of the food that you eat. So yeah, the person is being productive through you. So you eat, you wear clothes, you do so many things. So somehow, some way, we have been kind of tied into a system of productivity. But there is more about this. There is more about productivity, which stems out from you and yourself. For you yourself to actually pinpoint what you want to effectively achieve and get on to achieve that thing. That is like the strongest point of productivity, right? Whereby you outline certain things that you want to do for yourself, you want to do, you want to arrive at, and you get on to take actions on those things, and you get on to achieve those things. Why is this important? It's important because you would continuously arrive at situations that needs your attention, or that needs those situations to be solved. That means you'd always face problems as you go in life, and for every time you need to arrive, or sorry, to rise in life, you need to solve certain kind of problems, right? That's why we are consistent learners in life. We are always learning, we are always increasing knowledge, we're always getting to know things, you're always getting to experience things differently. You might have experienced certain things at the time, but maybe based on how life brought other things together, or you found yourself in that related experience again, you're experiencing things differently because of how you've understood things now, because of how you perceive things now, because of how you see things now. So we are always learning, right? And because of these things, we need to be able to solve problems to get higher, better, and stronger as life goes on. It's very, very important. All right. What is life if there's no growth? All right. It's like we're just stagnant and there's nothing making us or propelling us to move forward. And so every human being wants to be able to do so much. They want to be able to achieve certain goals. They want to be able to arrive at certain outcomes. And that is important. That is essential of our living. All right. But where many persons fall short is that there seems to be a lot of things in the mind, or a lot of things in the head for them to do, and that gets them worked up, and they arrive at almost nothing eventually. You do one thing, you do two things, you do three things, you do four things, and come on, you get exhausted. You be like, what's this? All right. Sometimes you try to combine a lot of things into one, and it's really, really not working for you. All right. So we need to understand productivity, how productivity works, and leverage on it, take steps on it to get us the best outcome. One thing I've really big on as regards productivity is being result oriented, right? That whatever you do should bring you the result, the result you're looking out for, because sometimes you may not arrive at a particular result you look out for in just one strike. Sometimes it may take you years, but you would recognize that every time you take those strides or you take those steps, they get you closer to your goals, they get you closer to the result that you're looking out for. And so it is necessary that every time you're taking actions in alignment to what you want to achieve. It's sad that because of people pleasing, because of many activities, because of several different things that we desire in our minds, in our heart, that looks like fancy, looks like important, which are not, we do not eventually get productive. All right, we are stuck with many things, we are stuck with a lot that are not important. And the main and very most important things are destroyed on the way or are left behind. And eventually we put all of our attention, our focus, our power, our strength on those things that are very less important. And I want to bring to you the solutions to this so that you can be able to drive with life. It's very important to have this knowledge and move. I'll be sharing several strategies or several things that I have implemented in my own life, and I've seen it work marvelously, right? I've seen this happen over and over again because it's a principle that works many times. So the first is that you want to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Purpose is like a very big thing, a very big deal for everything that we do. All right. If you want to go to a particular place, you're certain about where you want to go to and why you want to go there. And if that thing is very important, you do everything to get to that place. All right. So you want to outline in your life what is really important, or maybe on the particular task you want to do, what is this thing and why is it very important? And so when you understand why, we are driven with our knowledge or understanding of the why to effectively put in our energy and strength. Every time you understand the reason why a thing is established, it tells you if you need to bring in your power, you need to bring in your strength, you need to bring your knowledge into this thing. But if you don't understand why, you just push it away. You don't fancy it so much. All right. So understanding why is a very big game in being productive. So you want to understand why this is important. So if you pick a particular task, let's say you need to fetch water in your house. Cool. That's very simple and a very basic thing. All right. You need to fetch water in the house, and you want to understand, why am I fetching this water? Okay, I'm fetching water because if I don't have water to bath, wash my clothes, I can't be able to wash clothes, I can't be able to cook food, I can't be able to clean up the house, I can't be able to drink water to sustain myself or not get dehydrated, to get hydrated or whatever, dehydrated, sorry. I can't do several things because water is a very important component in life and I need it for sustenance in the house. And if I don't get these things, it's going to affect every other thing that concerns my life. And so fetching water in the house is very important. So now, having the knowledge of fetching water in the house and why it is as important as it is, it drives you effectively because you know the outcome that happens when you don't fetch water. And so you get on to do what? To fetch water in the house. Right. So it's easy. So purpose clarifies a lot of things. Right. Understanding why this thing is happening, understanding why we're doing what we're doing, is a very big game to drive you to the result that you're looking out for. All right. So purpose is like the first game and the most important for me. Yeah, I would say so because it solves 80% of, and then it's now effective to take action or drive. The next thing now, when you understood the purpose, you now know how to take action. Because you understand the purpose, you can now make a decision to leave every other thing behind that does not get you towards that goal, based on the understanding that this is very important and crucial, and it's going to affect even those other things that you feel like you should do. Right. And now you can now drive into focus and focusing on the most important thing. So we are still using the analogy of fetching water in the house, right? So now you recognize that, okay, I need to fetch water, all right, and I need to do this quick, fast, possible. um you have to say, what are the rubbers I need to use to get water in the house, right? These rubbers are important. So am I going to use a plate to get the water? Am I going to use a mug to get the water? Am I going to use a pent rubber to get the water? Am I going to use a jerry can to get the water? So these different levels of things, allows you to think. So you know that, okay, I have the strength to be able to carry jerry can. I have the strength to be able to carry these things. And I think these are the best tools I can use at this time or at this moment to be able to carry or get my water. So you pick your best tools. So now you're looking at, every time you're making a decision, you're looking out for the things that are most important and that would help you in the best way to get to your defined outcome. All right. It's a crazy one, but it's a beautiful one. It works like magic. All right. So every time you're taking the leap, what is really important at this time? What is really, really essential at this time? So, and if you are picking those things, we've picked clean the house, okay? Sorry, fetching water, okay? We've picked what components in fetching water is very important. I need to get a good. I need to get a good rubber. I need to get a good bucket. I need to get. I need to get that, and then I need to leave every other thing that are not necessary, right? As regards getting water, maybe on trying to get the water on the way. Somebody says something bad about you. You don't care because it's not too important towards achieving your purpose, or maybe as you're getting through the process of getting water, you find some friends that are, they're cool friends, they're great. You don't stop and start greeting them or saying hi, all of that. You let them alone and you get on to fetch your water because you know that, okay, there's a time factor too as regards doing what you need to do. All right. So this is like a very big factor to driving you getting the best outcome for yourself. All right. It's a big win when you are able to do that. So the first thing is the purpose. All right. The second thing is focus, and focus is basically bringing in what is really important. And to be able to focus is to be able to remove things that are less important and not so valuable to you. All right. So everything that is not so important, not so valuable, you can remove them. And the way to identify or realize that a thing is not really important, a thing is not really essential, is basically to ask the question, why is this thing here, or why am I doing this? Right? By the time you can be able to ask that question in your mind, it pops up and tells you that, okay, this is why I'm doing this thing, and it really doesn't have a great importance. All right. Sometimes it may be for validation. Everything that is not intrinsic many times do not hold so much grip to give you the best outcome. All right. So many times people may just act as regards validation and all of that, but when it is intrinsic, it is based on the core values for your life, for yourself, for where you want to get to, for what you want to do. It becomes easier and it becomes better. And what happens? You drive towards it. Many times we don't take the action because we don't understand the consequences, right? We don't know that, okay, if we take this action, it's going to give us this outcome. If we don't take this action, it's going to give us this outcome. So because many times we don't understand that the consequences, we just feel at ease until when those consequences come and becomes a very big deal. For example, I've seen some persons struggle with health issues, and consistently they've taken sugar, and they take a lot of sugars. They drink Coke, they drink Fanta over and over and over and over again. And maybe they get to their old age, diabetes, they get to start experiencing certain kind of things, and they're asking themselves, how come this thing happened? Maybe once in a while they were growing up, they heard about this and that taking too much sugar is not good, but they kept at it. They were still taking too much sugar, right? And that was breaking them down. And that becomes a very big deal. All right. So this is like I've given about two things: purpose, focus, right, and giving things based, picking things or acting on things based on importance. And then I would say make things simple and easy. All right. When you make things so complicated, especially, I think this is what makes people procrastinate. They think about the thing too much in their mind, and they think about every step that needs to go on before they take action on the particular thing, and that limits them. When you think about something over and over and over again and do nothing about it, you just analyze, and you're stuck. So you want to be able to think of things less and just take action. It's simple and very easy. So you think about things less and take action. What is this thing? What you've identified that, okay, this thing is very important as needful. That's all. Take action. Go on to it. All right, take the action now. It doesn't have to be perfect. What's the simplest way you can be able to do this and arrive at your outcome? Cool. And then over time, you can get on to do what? To improve on that thing. All right. But as much as it's going to give you outcome at this time, it's a cool thing. you always want to be perfect. I believe, I know every human has that desire or drive, that they just want to be perfect. They just want to get everything figured out. They just want to know everything. They want to understand everything. They just want to get everything set and right at the moment, and that leaves you stuck because you can't get everything perfect, especially at the first try. There are a lot of things that you don't know. There are a lot of things that you don't understand. There are a lot of things that you've not calculated. And even your calculations can be very, very wrong because there are certain outcomes that you have not seen and you can't think them until you experience them. Right? And so this leaves a lot of persons thinking, analyzing, and they analyze and analyze and they do nothing eventually. So you understand the value of this thing and the reason why this thing should be done. My friend, take action. Go on fully into it, right? And get on to do it. And put out everything that's going to stop you, everything that's going to make you get distracted. Put them out. I think it is a big style of productivity. Is I would keep on talking about this because it affects everything. It's called people pleasing. Is that you want to please people, you want to get validations and all of that. All of that seems to be like a big deal for many persons, and it affects their productivity. They can't stay on a particular task. They want to test this, they want to test that, they want to test this. They want people may call their attention and may want something from them, and they quickly oblige, not because they're not busy, not because they're not doing something, but because they just feel like they should please this person. That's like a very big deal. It's a limiting game, and it means that you're not sufficient. You're not sufficient in yourself. You've not identified yourself. You don't respect yourself. You don't value yourself. You don't even value the things that you're doing. You don't even understand how important what you're doing is. All right, and this affects the results that you bring out eventually. You may do that thing for that person, but in the long run, what happens to you? Because you get to even hate that person because you never do the thing that was actually very important and essential to you. All right, so it's necessary to put that off, and your ability to put people pleasing up off is your ability to recognize who you are, your values, and your ability to respect yourself, and also value the things that you do. You understand that your value is important, what you bring to the table is important, yeah. Your person is important, the contributions you make, they're important. All right, your time is also important, and it should be given to what is very, 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 very essential. All right, so this is like some few things that would get you to the grip of getting even very productive. For those persons that are struggling with starting out, I've talked about this in the sideline, and I think the answer is just to start now, do something, get on to execute immediately, and don't wait for the perfect moments. Perfect is an illusion. Oh yeah, some businesses have stayed for like maybe 40, 50 years. Some businesses have stayed for like 100 years. People that created that business, they are dead, but those businesses have stayed, and funny enough, they're still finding means to improve. They're still finding reasons to improve. They're still seeing things where they're lacking, and they're still analyzing. Will you analyze for 100 years? Will it take you 100 years to analyze? Come on. So there's every reason to start today and do what is necessary and essential. It saves you in the long run, over and over and over again. You cherish it. It's better started than ever. Right. So this is like a very big thing for every person that really wants to live a productive life and create something that is very, very beautiful, gracious, and amazing. Uh, a side of this conversation is that we need to be productive people. We need to bring results out to the world, and there are disciplines that allows us to be productive. And why it is a hard game to be productive is because there are distractions. Why it's a hard game to be productive is because there are many options. Yeah. So because there are many options, people get distracted. And because people get distracted, they can't focus on just one thing. So your ability to be able to be productive is to reverse the process, right? to say that, okay, if there are distractions and there are many things to focus on, I'm going to get myself off distractions. And for me to get myself off distractions is to be able to focus less on many things and focus just more on few things, because the energy you bring into one thing is more powerful than the same energy exerting it on many things at the same time. All right. So I watched a video where I saw someone cutting the wood, and it was so strategic and very effective. Now, over a while, for a very long time, he has been cutting wood, so he now understands how to hit the wood in the right place and the energy to bring into the right at the particular spot, and that breaks that wood immediately. Now that is like efficient, right? And so he has learned to focus right, and when he's focusing on something, he also brings his whole focus on that thing. His whole mind and his whole attention are on that thing, and it saves him, right? So this is like a very big game for you. If you are going to become productive, you are going to become something great, you're going to become something amazing in the future, because there are reward people that are productive in life. They do, right? Because there's so many people's problems. You always have problems, and for you to be able to solve the problem, you have to be productive. You have to bring several factors together that can solve those problems. That is you being productive. All right. And to do that, you need to learn discipline to be able to focus on what really matters, what is really important, and you get your work done. I believe this is helpful to somebody out there. If you're struggling on productivity, then this is going to be a pivotal issue for you. Meanwhile, if you want to have more deeper conversation on this, and maybe you have kind of like a very serene and specific issue that you're going through, you can always drop a DM, and I would see how I can bring solutions to that to you. And yeah, I'm looking out to see that you do great in life, you excel in life, you become better in life, and you win the big game. Before we close up, I just want to say some few things which I think are very essential at this time and at this age, at this day where there's technology. I think we should leverage AI in a very good way. There are many things that should be done that AI can do. Right, many of the effort that we try to exert with ourselves is a waste of time, because AI can do that. There's what we call leverage, which I believe in leverage so much, is that you outsource, you find other means which can help you do things and even do it faster than you just exerting that energy and pressure, so that you can focus on what is really important. So you want to bring in the game of leverage to whatever you do, right? So AI is like a big leverage for you. It helps you think. It helps you even do the work. All right. You don't have to sit down to write a letter to somebody right now. If you want to write a letter, just tell AI what you want the letter to look like and what it needs to do. It brings in the sentence and everything. And if you converse with AI for a very, very good time, you can actually tell AI to write the letter like how you would, and it will do that for you. It's a crazy game, right? There are many other things AI does for people, and I think it's like a very good hack for any person that wants to be productive. Besides, you're working in an office, there's always a problem, this issue, that issue. Come on, if you can think your thoughts, you can engage with AI, and it can give you the solutions that you want, right? Because these are things that other people have experienced, and the technology just helps you to be able to gather those experiences and bring it into one context, focus on that context, and provide a solution. It's a crazy game, it's a crazy win, and I think and I feel that everyone that is serious and really willing to do something and faster should be able to get on with that. The last thing I would say is put your attention on something and stay on it for a good time, right? For a long time. I've thought about this before, but I want to emphasize it because this is the win eventually, that you can be able to bring your attention, your focus on just one thing, and on that thing you do it so much, so well that you know it more than any other person. All right, you know every in, out, and every structure, every side of that thing. That is eventually the win game. So you want to be able to do that for yourself. To sit down, pick a particular thing, focus on it, and until you get deeply engrossed into it, it saves the day. And then one book I'll recommend you read for productivity is Deep Work by Cal Newport. The book is rich, really, really great. It opens your mind, your eyes to many things as regards productivity. How to be an uncommon person, how to economy, right? Those people that are willing and ready to stay focused on one thing for a very good time, which is remarkable, which is important, which is essential to bring better and greater value tomorrow. Those ones would definitely win. So, this is basically all of it for today. Thank you very much for joining in, and I hope you've had an amazing time. Have a beautiful day. Uh, do well to like, share, subscribe, follow wherever you're joining us from. And if you want to become part of Skill Migrant Solutions, you're highly welcome. We want to even have you, and we want to help you through your skill journey from skill learning to skill mastery to skill monetization, and you become a leader in your industry. It is possible. See you in. Have a beautiful day.